Come on, Doc. Wake up. Wake up, Doc. How many do you have?
Just one.
Just the one? Come on, Doc.
You want to sober him up in a hurry, son? You're gonna have to use something a lot stronger than coffee.
Yeah, what do you suggest?
Joey, let's make some wake-up juice.
When I pass out to sleep, ain't no me, there ain't no time, ain't no space, which you never see anyways, just a thing that occupies. Anyway, it's not even all black, there's no consciousness, just a lack, which makes me wonder where I went, and how and why did what bring me back to a place that's picture perfect if you have the painter's mind or an understanding of the work created for want to pass the time, which gets infinite if you get it or not, because all things not only exist but will have their moment, like this conversation dealing with. Lately, Y's been questioning what freedom means to be. If you have to ask or fight to keep it, then are you ever free? And if free me was all that's left and even death wasn't a thing, time and being would be gold and mind the drug and war an enemy. Because a mind just seeks to justify for a host that just consumes. For the sake of self-preservation, assuming thyself could know the room, not a cell structure, but a canvas. Why paint the walls with the what when you're alone? Other than to identify itself in parts hidden, because all is known, or else, how could you paint it if you could only see all that exists? And to express it is inevitable until it's black to nothingness. And I only think this way because it was sown as breath is blown into me. Like Jaeger bombers giving mouth-to-mouth to corpses to give them wings. Of course, freedom comes down to a matter of opinion, right? Cause what's free to slaves won't save the masters, so you're free to fight. Free thought and speech are taught. See, even language is a gift, and that changes from intellect and dialect projects of where you think you live, which would assume you're living, cause living ain't really life. Life is what it is, period, and living is what you think it's like. And none of this means anything if you're satisfied on lower planes. While the higher up you spiral, there's more smiles, same gains and the same, till you've gotten so high on perception and whatever spirit you're in or of, that if you ever cut your chain, what's there to gain outside of love? Which only applies to conscious, because non-conscious in the void, there is no right or wrong, love or hate, nothing to prove, no being destroyed. Of course, no one else is there, and so you begin to dig in deep and create a version of what you want to be, which is you but free, which runs the same cycle, hurricane of fire in the light of brilliance, burning every form of being. Understand fire and energy's resilience, which was designed intelligently, very, very elegantly, and I could speak on and the words would sink in till gone so eloquently. Fruit don't fall far, no matter how, where, or why the present lies. All serves a purpose, all by design, which is what it is, which is wise. When I pass out to sleep, ain't no me, there ain't no time, ain't no space, which you never see anyway, it's just a thing that occupies. Anyway, it's not even all black, there's no consciousness, just a lack, which makes me wonder where I went, and how and why did what bring me back to a place that's picture perfect if you have the painter's mind or an understanding of the work created for want to pass the time, which is infinite if you get it or not, because all things not only exist but will have their moment, like this conversation dealing with.
Why do you think that is? I mean, are we just like bored, spoiled children who've just been lying in the bathtub all day? Okay, yes, we're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks, and it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no, will not say no, will not say no.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
You haven't answered my question.
Quite right. Interesting. Interesting. That was quicker than the others.